Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eva. I really want to thank every one of you for subscribing even when I've been missing in action on this channel. Thank you very much. I am back for good and I have so many exciting projects for you my subscribers. So please stay with me. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful wrap dress. It's so easy to make, so let's jump right into it. So we start off by creating our bodice block. I have my pattern paper on fold because of the wrap we are going to create. So first we are going to create our back bodice, and for the neck depth I came down by 1 inch, and for the width I took 3 inches. Then I placed my shoulder measurement and then came down 1 inch to create my shoulder slope. I'm just trying to create a basic bodice pattern. I have a video on how to do that on my channel, and I'll place the link in my description box so you can click and watch. So here I'm placing my body measurements, my bust and my waist measurement. This dress will not have that because of the type of fabric I'm using. So here I'm just creating the arm curve for the front because I'll use this pattern for the front bodice. That is why I have my paper on fold. I also added my sewing allowances 1 inch. Before I cut out my pattern, I'll first of all draw a line at the center of my bodice. This will serve as a guide for when I want to create my wrap in the front. I'll cut out the back pattern first, use it to cut out my fabric before I can work on the front pattern. You can see I didn't cut out the curve at the armhole. Now I used it to cut out on my fabric. Let's work on our front bodice. For the front, decide how wrapped you want your dress. You can go out by 5 to 6 inches depending on what you want. In my case, I just came out by 4.5 inches from the middle of my pattern. And from the hem, I came up by 2 inches. This is to create room for the belt I will attach and also sewing the top to the bottom. Now determine how low you want your neckline. I came down by 7 inches. Now connect the edge of your neck to the 7 inches and then down to the 2 inches we came up from the hem. You see I made a mistake, so I'm just trying to correct it. I'm supposed to connect it to the 2 inches I came up from. I'm going to redraw that. Now cut out your pattern. And here is our front pattern. Before you cut on your fabric, don't forget to cut out the front armhole. Here I have 2 panels for my front. Here is my back and my front. I'll set them aside and work on the down part, that is the skirt part. For the down, I folded my fabric into 2 in a bias form. That is in a triangular form. The waist I'm working with is 29. Remember we added 4.5 inches in the front bodice to create our wrap. And we have 2 of those front bodies. That means 4.5 times 2, we have 9. So 29 of our actual waist plus the 9 inches will give us 38 inches. So because this is not a full flare, we are going to divide this 38 by 3.14 and we have 12.1. Now remember my fabric is folded just into 2. That means I'll have to cut 2 pieces of my skirt. But because I don't have enough fabric, I'm going to manage this fabric. So what I'm going to do is to multiply the 12.1 I got into 2. and then I have 24.2. So I'll come down from the top of my triangle down to 24.2 inches, and then I'll get my full waist measurement. Now for the length of my skirt, I will demonstrate better on paper because my fabric is very slippery. So I folded in a bias form just like I did for the skirt. After I cut out my waist, I decided on how low I wanted my skirt. Remember, this is a high-low skirt. So on my actual fabric, I came down by 24 inches for the low point and then 16 inches for the high point. Then I made a curve from the top to the 16 inches, then to the middle of the 24 inches. You can connect yours from the 16 inches down to the back, all the way to the back if you want, but this is the design I wanted due to the nature of my fabric. I didn't want to be struggling with the wind because my fabric is too light. Now we cut it out, and when we open the front, this is how it looks. You see the high-low effect. Now measure from the top of your skirt all the way down and up to the other side to create your flounce. Fold your fabric into 4 and cut full circles. You can actually cut a normal flounce for this, but I don't have enough fabric for this. So I will cut pieces of circles and join them together to get my flounce. I cut 6 inches for my flounce. Now it's time to sew. We get our front and back bodice. We join them together, so we are going to join them by the shoulders with 1/2 inch, and by the side with the 1 inch sewing allowance we gave. After joining the shoulders, I attached the belts at the 2 inches we came up from at the hem of our pattern, remember? I also cut a long stripe to use as bias to pipe the neckline down to the waist. My belt is sandwiched between my bodice and my bias, and I'll sew this all the way from one end to the other. Then on the right side of my bodice, I came up by 1 inch and loosened the side by 1 inch to make way for my belt to pass through from when I want to tie. It's time to join the down and the top. Put the fabric together and get the midpoint of the back. Notch. Do the same for the front. Put your bodice together and notch the middle. And then join the top to the skirt. After joining our top to our skirt, it's time to join our flounce. So we join our flounce from the top of our skirt down to the other top of our skirt. Now it's time to work on our sleeves. I cut my sleeves bigger than my normal sleeves because I wanted it a bit puffy, and also cut out a band. My wrist is 9 inches, but I cut a band of 11 inches because I'll be sewing it with 1 inch on both sides. I'll also gather my sleeves to fit into the band. I've gathered and attached my sleeve to my band. I'll fold right side facing each other and I will close my sleeve. I have a tutorial on how to create a basic sleeve pattern. I'll place the link in my description box. Please endeavor to watch. Now I will gather the top of my sleeve to fit into my round arm. You can also do pleats if you desire. I will attach my sleeve to my dress, and that is all for the dress. So here's the dress once again. I hope you understand, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. See you in my next video. Bye.